Shannon where culture meets context. The real is long, judged by Shannon where culture meets context. The real is long, judged by Shannon where culture meets.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Realist Lounge where culture meets context. I am your host, Shannon Nicole. Of course, you know we got Unplugged, aka Food, and our guest this evening is going to be Celestial Path. If you want to introduce yourself to our people. And Mark just slid in. Just slid in. You just slid in, Mark.
Hey,
Welcome back, brother.
how y'all doing?
We doing all right. How you doing? You got your soccer gear on and everything. You hyped up still from the game?
Yeah, I'm ready
Yeah.
for the squad tonight.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Back to our guest, Celestial Path. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, sis.
So yes, I go by Celestial Path, but my actual name is April. So I'm a person that's trying to help people on their journey and their path with this awakening that's taking place. Trying to get people to understand who they are and what's everything going on in their lives. Like a lot of people are getting sick and feeling sluggish, like they have flu symptoms. But this is just your nervous system changing. So I'm trying to help people on that journey. I went from politics to now I'm working on this now. So yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that. You was heavy on the track when it comes to politics. This used to
Yeah.
be on lives for like hours out the day, and then they would like shut you down, and then you'll come back. What made you do the transition?
So my what I needed to do was done. I don't stay on something long. Whenever I'm
Mm.
led to do something, I do it. When it's done, it's done, and I move on to the next thing. Because what I was doing was trying to get people to research and stop looking at the news, stop looking at what they're telling us, and actually do the research. I don't want us going reverting back to during the slavery time where it was illegal to read. Now we don't read because we don't think we have to because we put our trust and faith in mainstream media and not doing our own research. So it's basically the same thing as though you it's illegal to read, but you're basically choosing not to read because you trust so much in what they tell us across the TV screen. So that was my main goal, is to educate people, because I know with food he was independent, and I don't know how we came across each other's for you page, like on our accounts, my first account. So just to try to educate people, try to get people to research, I would plug in some things, drop some pearls or whatever you want to call them, to try to get people to actually do the research. As people started doing research, and of course the results showed during the Trump administration, well, the election between him and Kamala Harris. So yeah.
Cool. Well, we happy to have you. Welcome. Now,
Mhm.
for everybody out there, thank y'all so much for tuning in wherever you are. You could have been anywhere in the world on a Monday, but you're here with us and we appreciate it. So tonight we're diving into one of the most talked about and controversial subjects right now of our time. And that is across social media, podcasts, churches, and even political circles. More people are asking whether or not we are witnessing a spiritual awakening or a rise in spiritual psychosis. Now,
Mm.
with CERN shutting off, of course, you know this been like candy for spiritual people. Um, what do y'all think about, like, why do y'all think CERN shut off? Like, I'm gonna go to you first, fool. Like, I've been wanting CERN to shut things off. I thought that if they shut it off, that maybe we'll get a little bit of I don't know, recognition that we just been out of whack for a long time. But I don't know. I'm seeing a lot. I feel like they've revved it up a little bit more when it comes to people just doing stupid stuff.
I'm gonna let when April's probably gonna go deeper to me with this than what I'm gonna say. But as I've thought about this, they have been doing everything possible for us to not like each other, for us to not love each other, for us to make sure that we constantly like this, and they've been wanting to push this race war for as long as we've been alive. They've been wanting to do this shit, and I honestly believe this is their last resort,
Mm.
because now it's like maybe if we do this, one of them damn things gonna come up out the ocean, or whatever it may be, and now it can get people talking about something else. And the other, I'm gonna put this side note to this, and I'm gonna be quiet. I meant to send it to both of y'all last week. Alex Jones said, and I can't quote, don't quote me exactly how he said it, but they're doing something so big so they can blame it on the aliens. That's gonna be like the next psyop. Like whatever they have going on, they can blame it on that rather than what the fuck they're doing. Because everything has to be a distraction. And when he said it, I was like, damn, that's a hell of 5 point. Because they always do that. Remember, when we start talking about the powers that be, they're the masters of deflection. It can never be them. It always has to be somebody else, something else, this, that, whatever. That shit. What the April said it the other day about the Greeks and the motherfucking circus and that's their focus. That's their goal.
Britain
Even
circus.
at this time, nobody finds it strange that they shut down CERN with the World Cup here. It's a hell of it's a double distraction because now people focused on that. I don't fuck with soccer like that. I don't give a fuck where you. I have free tickets. I'm not going. I'm good. But this is what they do, and I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the Romans, which we're still operating that, which is bread and circus, keeping us entertained while they're doing something and while we're being entertained. And you are right. All wars, we have a hand in it. The one percenters pay for both sides, so they can both get weapons. Because I mean, think about the Vietnam War that lasted 40 years. If you think about that and how long it lasted and how we couldn't shut down a country that we seen as a third world country, and we was over there for that long period of time, and a lot of soldiers passed away. It makes you wonder what was the real reason for us being over there, along with Afghanistan. But if you look to see what they're actually growing, then you'll understand why they were over there. And it has a lot to do with the alphabet people. And I'm not talking about the F, I'm talking about the C. But the SARS situation, they normally do turn it off and turn it back on. They leave it off for a few years and they bring it back up. The last time they shut it off right before we found out about COVID. But y'all have to understand the way CERN works is to keep us lulled asleep. That's why they call this country, or if you come into this country, the American dream. They really want us to be in a lull state to where we're so low vibrational that we don't realize that they're playing in our faces, and we're allowing them to. Because if you think about it, we're taught to go to school. If you want to get a higher education and get in more debt, get a higher education, get in the debt before you even turn 20. And then you find a job. Sometimes you find in your field, sometimes you don't. And you spend your whole life working, going home, working, going home. That's all we're doing. It's a repeat. So that situation that we're with the CERN is basically to keep us lulled and that we just believe what they're telling us. That's why they're bringing up the MK Ultra situation, that they claim that they stopped, but it's still going on. They're using it through our music. They're using it through TV, television shows. We go from wholesome TV shows to all this stuff, and then we're trying to figure out why the kids are acting the way they're acting. Well, you are what you watch. You are what you listen to. So CERN is basically to keep us hypnotized, basically. To break that frequency. Yeah.
Mark?
Yeah, I was thinking that with everything going on right now, maybe they shut it down from the standpoint of, I think they do this every few years or so. And so maybe it was just time. Maybe they accomplished the mission that they was, seeking to accomplish, or at least got enough of it done where they felt like they can shut it down and I guess reassess whatever their goals are. I mean, because clearly they have information that we don't have or that they're not sharing with the rest of us.
Yeah, they definitely ain't sharing it with the rest of us, because let CERN tell it that whatever they're doing has nothing to do with us. that they could go ahead and open up portals, and they could go ahead and play with dark matter and the God particle and dark energy, but it has absolutely nothing to do with humanity. This is what they say. Now, of course, we know that everyday people have no idea what CERN is or what it does. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna learn you real quick. So I could tell y'all. Now, basically, CERN is the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It's the world's leading particle physics laboratory. It's located in Geneva, Switzerland, and it uses the world's largest, most complex machines to smash subatomic particles together. And these high speed collisions recreate conditions from the early universe, allowing scientists to understand what everything is made of and how it works. I have no idea why they want to do this or why they decided to do it, but let them tell it. It has absolutely nothing to do with us. Um, the God particle has nothing to do with us. We're not mass. We're not connected to the universe. I don't understand how these people who are so intelligent would not think that whatever it is that they're working on would not have any effect on us at all. Are you all aware that America also invested in this?
Mm-hmm.
I just out of curiosity, did any of y'all happen to see that video I made yesterday when I was on my family's land in North Carolina?
Mm-mm.
No.
Basically, my cousin broke it down about the farm and the land that we have and everything like that. And for me, that's what this is about. When I think about us being spiritual beings, having a human experience, having, in this body, having that type of experience, that's what we need to focus more on. It's a certain group of motherfuckers wanting to play God. And those motherfuckers, I've always said this, Father Time and Mother Nature are undefeated. They have never lost. And they keep playing with it. The same way we always heard about these aliens and everything like that. They don't fuck with us. Because we ain't fucking with them. They leave us alone. They fucking with the people who fuck with them. And I don't know about, I know the answer to this, but us four on this panel, we don't like live and strive for power. We strive to just live our lives and enjoy this experience.
Yeah.
These people are living for power. And I'm like, yo, the saying goes, once you die, you can't take it with you. What the fuck do they want? What is it that they searching for? They damn sure won't stop searching for it, but it's not there.
The weird thing is that like they act like it's always been about power. That's why they shut the world's power off when they got rid of Tartaria. That's why they shut it's always been about power. And that's why I be telling people, like, I truly feel like that white people over here in America are so much more different than the people over in Europe. And people be thinking that I'm crazy when I say that. I was like, you got to look at it. I was like, I be wondering, like, white folks, do y'all ever get tired of other white people like just doing shit? Because like, why do you even need to mess with that? Like, why do you need to build something like this? You could have used that money for something else. Like you could have built anything with this. Because do you all think that it's messing with time?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. And I told I had a watch that my Android watch, and I hadn't turned it on in almost a year. When I turned it on, I noticed that it was 10 minutes behind the actual time. So I turned it off, turned it back on. It still was 10 minutes. And I said, wait a minute. So are they taking 10-minute increments back to make the time? Because if you notice, it seems like when time goes backwards, it's like it went back 3 hours instead of 1. It's a drastic change. Instead of it getting dark it was getting dark at 7 or 8 now. It's now getting dark at 4 o'clock. And it's not like we went 3 hours back. You see what I'm saying? So they're definitely chipping away time. And a lot of people don't know this. We technically had 13 months. It was 28 days in each month. That's why our visitor is all screwed up because of it. But we literally had 13 months in a year with 28 days in each month. So they're definitely messing with time.
Shannon, you said what you said about, do white people get sick of some white people and how they act?
Yeah.
We get sick of the ignorant bullshit that certain cats be on in our culture. We get it. But I don't think And I don't know if y'all seen. I've never seen a video where a white dude said, "You know what? I'm so sick of these power hungry ass crackers." I ain't never heard that shit. It would be cool if
I have.
where?
I have. I saw.
I heard on TikTok.
Let me tell you something. First of all, and let me say what's going on to everybody in the comments. What's up, Lynn? Hey, Razor Ray. Love y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. But no, listen. White folks have definitely been coming out and saying that they are sick and tired of people's shit. Do you see what? I don't know if you've been paying attention, but they've been going ham on Israel over on IG right now. Crazy. I'm talking about, like, I'll be shocked. I said I'm not messing with these folks. I'm not messing with these people. But the way that they've been setting they set so many flags on fire on 4th of July. They tired of it too.
And you need to understand it's really not, because a lot of people don't know this. Before that situation happened with Hamas coming in, the people were having a whole protest against Netanyahu. They wanted him gone. And all of a sudden Hamas comes in, and then we got this situation, these hostage situations. But he's trying to stay in power. He's doing basically the same thing as the Venezuelan so-called. Well, he wasn't the president. He made himself the president without doing a democracy situation. Netanyahu is the same way. And these people are literally protesting, and the Jews over there are protesting against Netanyahu. So we're being told one thing, but y'all need to understand the government is Zionist. They're not, even if they took on the religion Jew, they're not Jewish. They're Zionists. That's the difference. So they always been bumping. Yeah, they've been bumping heads for quite some time.
Yeah.
But we've been lied to.
You were about to say something, Mark? I said you was about to say something?
Yeah, no, I was agreeing with what she was saying, and I think that this topic may be so hot button that on my end is causing you guys to freeze up a little bit. I'm like, that must mean we speaking the truth.
No, so. that's just a game, my man. We used to look, Mark. If you don't know this, I've already had a YouTube channel banned because of their censorship. So we don't care if they're gonna flag and flinch and whatever. It is what it is, but we still gonna talk our shit because the reality is the reality. And I know that, like, and we've said this before on lives. The more people come together on the same page is when something else new pops up.
Yep.
That's the game, because more people are waking up. Now that's the other thing about what's going on. And I swear to y'all, I thought about this today. When it comes to these data centers, they're talking about resources and your power bill going up and your water bill going up. Throw that out of the equation. What about the grids in these areas? That's another way for them to cut that goddamn power off. And when I said, oh shit, that makes that, when I said it came to me, I was like, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Because once again, we're not the priority. They're making the data centers the priority. I bet our lights will go out, but that shit will still be on.
Yeah. Yeah, and then y'all have to understand water is very important.
Yeah, we're going to get into that water.
Okay.
We're going to get into the water. Let's wait on the water. Let's wait on the water. We're going to wait on the water. But listen, y'all, look, tonight it's not about convincing anybody to believe what we believe. It's just about asking questions, challenging assumptions, and separating documented facts from personal beliefs while exploring these conversations that have become so prominent. Now, we hear all the time about a spiritual awakening that's taking place right now. We hear it all the time. We've spoken about it. I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna call you April. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm
gonna start with you. What is a spiritual awakening? And have you had one? If so, when?
I know where this gonna go. I know.
Listen.
I already know.
It starts very gradually, and the tree of life, and that's why I try to teach people about that. You start off at the bottom until you get your higher consciousness. The Bible talks about, when Jesus cracks the sky and then we get caught up. But no, it was not talking about that. It's about the consciousness. When you're starting to realize what's really going on, where you're out of the matrix, basically. I'm gonna use that term. You're out of the matrix. You see the bull, you see what's really going on. You're seeing things that you normally wouldn't see, like particles, and you're starting to see shadows, and you're like, what the heck? Because once that third eye open and you have your chakras all in line, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You're gonna start seeing things for what it is. That's why they came out. I don't know if y'all remember this. I think it was like right after COVID. They were saying if you see this particular face, it's called this type of face where it looks like it's kind of like demonic and it has this big mouth,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm talking about?
The
So
demon
they
face.
were, yeah, they were trying to prepare us for it because they can't stop the awakening. And the CERN is one of the reasons why it comes on to try to keep our frequency low. Once you reach a high frequency, then the ones that's in low vibration, or as you hear other spiritual people talk about the 3D earth, they can't come where you are. They can't even touch you. They can't reach you. They can't do anything, whether it be astral projecting, whether it be using type of spells. Those things are real. I don't know why people don't believe it's not. Or any type of manipulation. Spell work can be, and so a lot of people need to understand spell work is more so of words of controlling and manipulating a person out of, if you're trying to get somebody to do something out of their will, that's spell work, period. It's a form of manipulation. We call it that, but it's basically spell work. So when you have people that are raising their consciousness, that's why they changed the vibration of music. That's why they fought Michael Jackson's movie to come out, because they didn't want what's going on now. People are no longer listening to the trash music. People are starting to listen to only high vibrational music. And so that's what they're trying to keep from happening so that we don't wake up at all. Water plays a huge part, but I'm not going to talk about it because you say you're going to talk about it later. But you will start realizing that all that you've been told was a lie. And that's when the downloads come, when you're starting to remember, when you start to remember what you forgot. I was a part of the GATE program. I don't know if anybody else
Dang,
on
Tiffany
the
was too.
yeah, I was part of the GATE program. It took me a minute to realize what the heck it was. And I'm starting to get my memory back like rapidly, and it's coming very fast. Some people are ready for it. Some people are not. It just takes time. But if you're finding yourself feeling sick, like you're just sluggish, you're not feeling well, you're nauseated, you know, have a head cold, it's because your body cannot adapt to this new frequency. And so your nervous system is trying to go into that frequency. And so I recommend start listening to high frequency music so your nervous system can align, and so that you can be feeling a whole lot better, because your body, your flesh is fighting against what is taking place. And when the Bible talks about a new earth or the last kingdom falling, it's not about an actual earth. It's about the frequency changing.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. The frequency is changing. Once you get that awakening, you're going to be happy, but then you're going to start trying to get other people, and people are not ready. And you're going to get a lot of, pushback, and it hurts, especially when people that you love, and you want to see them also come into this frequency. So it's not for everybody for right now, because everybody's not ready. But I'm starting to see gradually more people are starting to say, you know what, I'm not eating this no more. I'm not listening to this no more. I'm not watching this no more, because my frequency is way more important. And you start seeing peace and joy and love. You start feeling those things. So when you're in line, your chakra is in line, you have a different look on life. And then people start looking at you differently. They see you, they see something's different, something's changed. I used to get angry and upset about a lot of stuff. I don't do that no more. I let it ride and I move forward. If you notice, I've chilled a whole lot. I used to get like rowdy and I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. But once you get a better understanding that manipulation that they do with our energy to get us all riled up, especially when it pertains to sports or with politics, so that they can feed off the energy and harvest it for themselves. And it's enough of that. And that's how they've been staying on top, because of it. And that's why they've been turning on CERN to make sure they block the frequency. If you watch the TV series They Live, which was made in 1988, the last thing they did, he tore down the satellite, and then people started waking up and they started to see what's really in their faces and not the illusion.
You know what's funny about what she just said? Have y'all heard about them flock cameras?
Yeah,
I
heard about them.
Motherfuckers is knocking them shits down. That's why it's funny that you said that. I was like, damn. She said
what's
that.
a flop camera, bro?
When you see those stands with the like with the solar panel thing on it, those are cameras watching you. Whenever you drive around and you see them or whatever, and people have been in it, right? You can look up flock camera destruction or something like that. Cats are destroying them shits because people are sick of this. Like, we understand that everybody's not going to be on that level, but it's enough people that know a little bit. They like, I'm not fucking with this shit no more, because they're saying, why do you need flock cameras? Because it's about this surveillance. What they want, we already know what's up. Between this, these computers, these TVs, the cars, they're watching and they're doing whatever they can. But it's enough people like, I'm not fucking with this shit no more. I want them to tear down them goddamn 5G towers myself. That's what I really want to happen. That's what the danger is, for real. And I don't know about y'all. In my 49 years of being on this planet, 85 degrees ain't never felt this hot before in my life.
Man,
This shit hot than a
listen.
motherfucker. I was like, God. I was like, how the fuck is this shit say 85?
Let me tell you something. To all my white brothers and sisters, y'all be safe out there, okay? Because it's gonna be real hot. And I had a doctor's appointment today. It was on the phone. And my doctor, she's a white lady. Her face was about as red as Marvin Gaye's hat because she been out in the sun. It was the weirdest thing because I was just like, damn, sis, that's messed up. And I was like, yo, you look a little tan. She said, yeah, I'm a little burned. Be careful out there with this sun, y'all.
And you
I'm
better
trying to
not.
tell you.
And for all the non-melanated people, you bet not put on no goddamn sunscreen, because it's gonna make it worse. Don't
Yeah.
put that shit on your goddamn skin. You're gonna be fucked
Yeah.
up.
It's
real.
Crazy. It's crazy out there. I love my skin.
Oh, don't get it twisted. Now my feet might be white, but the rest of it match this right here. My feet white to the motherfucker. My feet don't get no sun.
But people that are melanated, that's heavily melanated, can get sunburn too.
It don't happen to me. I go home.
I never had it happen to me either, but some people with melanin can also get sunburn. And I because I was wondering why this person. I was like, why? Oh, because I got sunburn. What?
No, but
you
like
got
if you don't
melanin.
protect your skin, like even if you do have melanin, it's just gonna make you look old. Like you end up getting these what they call it, like little freckles, you know what I mean, on your face and everything. If you're not like the skin care that I use, which is it's called Curology. I actually have a sunscreen through them, but I don't be outside long enough for me to even really use it. You know what I mean? So I never really had to deal with that. But yeah,
this shit right here, I love putting this shit on. I don't use lotion no more. It's coconut oil. This shit right here,
that shit don't work for me, bro.
It worked. When I say amazing, even with, I went from shea butter to that. But that coconut oil, the way it absorbs in your skin and everything like that to me is some powerful shit. That, like I said, everybody's different.
Everybody different, because it don't work for me. I get ashy after. I get ashy.
But check, I ain't got, y'all see my elbows. It's been all day. I'm still good.
Now you got a little ash.
Like,
It's a little ash
That's
over
the
there.
light. That's the light. Don't be doing that shit. There's no ash over here.
Oh my goodness. So listen, let's get off into the fresh off the presses. What y'all got for me? Y'all got some news that I might need to know about, that the people need to know about? Mark, you was gone. You was turning up last week. So I know you done seen what's been going on out here. So what's your fresh off the press?
President Trump is the Trump card.
What
Literally.
you mean?
So what y'all, those of you who following the World Cup know that the Team USA plays tonight against Belgium, and we in the round of 16. If we win tonight, then we're on to the quarterfinals. That will be the furthest any USA team has made since 2002. So I think 1994. It's one of them, is 2004 or 92. Either way, it's been a really long time. But our best player got tagged with a red card, and red cards in soccer mean it's just like essentially suspended. You're thrown out of the game, and then you're like suspended for the next game. And so our best player, I mean, he had even scored a goal in the game previous, but was thrown out for like a BS play, and it was really controversial that he got the red card. So he was supposed to be suspended, and President Trump called the people at FIFA and was like, "Hey, bro, y'all need to take another look at this." And let's just say our boy will be playing tonight. And for those of y'all who continue to say that President Trump is racist, Folarin Balogun is a black man.
Yeah, and now people are blaming him for getting involved. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. I'm seeing all these TikToks, and I'm like, y'all just got to be complaining about the red card. Now y'all complaining that he made something happen, that to help us in our country. Because it, like you said, that wasn't what I saw. Didn't look like a red card foul at all. So. Yeah, yellow, but even in that,
red card.
Listen, even in that, it reminded me of the person that's supposed to have got fouled, like a LeBron James situation. If you're a LeBron James fan, I apologize. Then again, I don't. Like how he be over, like falling out and stuff. Yeah. And I thought that was against. I thought that was, you couldn't do that in football.
I see here that FIFA, it denied Belgium's appeal against him. Is this the same guy? Is it?
Yeah. Because they're playing him tonight.
They trying to hate because they are like, well, he shouldn't be allowed to play. But my thing is, Belgium, you don't really have a leg to stand on because the foul didn't happen to your team. We weren't playing against you when the red card was issued. So essentially, you're just crying because you thought you had a better shot of playing us without us having our best player. Now our best player is back. We actually have a real shot to not only win tonight, but to go really deep into the tournament for the first time in USA history. And a lot of people is tight about that. And a lot of people is tight about Trump making it better. I'm like, bruh, he could literally cure cancer. And it's like, oh no, but what about the people who don't have cancer? What do they get out of this? Like, it's literally nothing bro can do. And I'm like, how in the world can we sit up here and be mad about this? And I watch all of these people walk around in Mexico jerseys. I watch you walk around in all these other jerseys repping your little bullshit ass country. And then now the USA got a real shot. Now y'all want to jump on the bandwagon now that your team then lost and you look silly out here repping another country instead of the country that birthed you. That's the kind of shit I don't like. I'm gonna pipe down on that.
And I've said it from the beginning. Anybody who has an issue and they always complaining about the United States and you're an American citizen, when these events come around, don't root for the USA. Just don't. Like, it's no you already shown who you are. When it comes to the Olympics, root for every other motherfucking, root for Ukraine, root for all them other motherfuckers you always talking about. Same with this World Cup. Don't root for the USA because you're not motherfucking patriotic. You're not.
Nah.
And I'm like, if you hate our country so bad, why not just leave? I mean, I would never stay somewhere that I hate. So you hate this place so bad, you talk shit, screw America, fuck America, we deaf to America, all of this bullshit that all of these countries get to run around saying, right? What if we said that to y'all? You do realize that our country is doing so much better than every other country in the world. What if we just said, fuck all y'all? What if we just said, we don't need your little shithole country? We don't need your help. We don't need your assistance. You do realize NATO is supported by the United States of America. Without NATO, that dog has no teeth.
They broke.
I mean, I don't mean to go political, but it kind of is, especially when you see the way that our country continues to be disrespected, not necessarily by foreigners, but by people who are actually natives of this country. But you have a different heritage and you have a different background. That's why I'm against birthright citizenship, because if you're not going to assimilate to American values, if you're not going to assimilate to American culture, we don't want you here, bro. I'm tired of looking at our country look like a foreign fucking land, bro. Like you go to fucking New York is no longer a part of America. New York is New Yorkistan. That's the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan right now. Like, what are we even talking about? That place isn't even American anymore. Like, what are we really doing? This is the World Cup is a perfect opportunity for everybody in the United States of America to galvanize and come together and show the world that we are the best, Period. I don't give a fuck what sport it is. I don't care what politics you like. I don't care what it is. Our country is better than yours. Period. And if you don't agree with what I'm saying, you do know there's a shit ton of airlines: Delta, American, Spirit. I don't think Spirit allowed.
No, hey, Spirit's
bro,
gone.
you can
Don't
go.
say
You
that.
can leave,
Spirit's
bro.
gone.
You don't have to be here. You can call me a coon out of my name, whatever you want. You don't have to be here. I hate when people sit up there and talk shit about our country, bro. You can fucking leave.
Yeah, it's Spirit,
bro. We don't want you here. If you not
it's
red, white, and blue, leave, bro.
Yeah, it's spiritual, and that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the war of good versus evil. So that's what we got going on. So all of this falls under spirituality of what is really going on. That's why I said people are waking up, and that's what they don't like. They don't want us waking up. They want us to stay in this psychosis state and just walk around here like zombies. Like that's all we do is just do what we're told, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's enough of that. And I'm glad that the World Cup happened. I'm glad that they came here, and to find out that they've been lied to about us on their media, that's wow. Like
That's
we were
fucked up.
told this, and this. What? I had no clue. Now I knew they were talking, like in my godfathers from Africa. I know they would tell them when they come over here on their visas to stay away from us. They use our music and all that stuff to keep us separated. But what they're trying to do is keep the world divided because we outnumber them. And they know it. So we're going to talk about America, United States. They're this and this and this, blah, blah, blah. And so people are too afraid to come over here. Now people have fallen in love with this country. And it's sad to say that more foreigners have more respect for this country than the people that were born and raised here.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Mark went off. I'm with you, bro.
Listen, I just it gets me in my feelings, bro, because I'm like, God loved you so much that he allowed for you to be born in the greatest nation on earth. And this is how you repay. Listen, in France right now, today, there is literally a department store that had the doors ripped off of it from people rioting into the store trying to get air conditioning units. More people die in Europe from heat than all of America from guns.
Wow.
And we have the reputation for being so violent. America's so violent. You can walk down the street and be stabbed or shot, right? That's the reputation that they portray to the rest of the world. But in Europe, more people die from the summer than over here from guns. But you don't hear about that. And you're hearing about it now because of the heat wave that's going over there and all of these people falling out because of how their houses were built for, to protect the heat and this, that, and the third. Again, cry me a river, bro. Like, I don't care. The bottom line is people in America need to take one look at what's going on over there in Europe. Is that really the life that you want?
And it's funky over there too, from what I heard.
Yeah, they say it's dirty.
And on and nothing. It's trash everywhere.
Funky.
They keep talking about, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Paris. Paris is a shithole, bro. It's trash everywhere. Once you zoom away from the Louvre, once you zoom away from the little golden archway, once you zoom away from the Eiffel Tower and look at the actual streets of Paris, it is a fucking dump. But then they want to sit up there and make, France is so good. We think about croissants and all this. Y'all got a good soccer team that y'all went and stole from Africa. That's about it. Like, we have to be for real. Y'all want to glorify every other country and you live in the best. And I don't understand it. I don't. Even without problems with all of the racism. You think that you got it bad as a black person because America is so racist? Take your ass to China and go shopping and see what happens.
Take what you said a step further. They complain about, like the alphabet community complain about how they so discriminated against over here in the U.S. Go to an African country. See what's up. See
Jamaica.
That's the type
I
of
love
shit.
it before Iran. Go
to a Muslim country. They don't see. That's the funny thing about this. They don't talk about that. Hell, let's go kind of neutral in the same level. Take your ass to Dubai. I want somebody flaming. If you flaming and somebody on the other side that's flaming, go to Dubai. You ain't making it back. You'll be in jail. I know it for a fact you'll be in jail because I've been there. And when I tell y'all Dubai is beautiful, let's talk about the ground, it ain't no dirt on the ground, ain't nobody walking out at night. Go outside drunk if you want to. You're going to jail. This is a fact. They don't
Yeah.
fuck around. The privileges and the quote unquote rights that we have over here. These some spoiled ass motherfuckers, and they don't
Spoiled.
get it. The fact that you got people coming to this country making videos talking about how good Golden Corral is. What the fuck? What the fuck? Golden Corral. The only thing I eat at Golden Corral is that steak. That steak be bumping. That is all. I'll eat
It's the
nothing else
rolls
at
for
Golden
me.
Corral.
It's
Bro,
just the
when you
rolls.
live
That's
your whole life eating beans and toast, eating jollof rice and fufu, yo, like at the end of the day, when you come over here and get some real grub, some real soul food, hell, even a slice of pizza, New York style, for God's sake, it's going to change your life, bro. And it's like when
Yeah.
you listen to what they're saying right now, these people are happy as hell. Like this is life-changing shit that is happening for them. And it's like, yo, you watch these videos of these people being so elated with joy being here in our country, and then you got the nerve to sit in your fucking house that's fully air conditioned and get on this computer that you then went to the store and bought, right, with your American dollars, and sit it there and mouth off about the president and this, that, and the third, and the government is so bad. Meanwhile, go try that shit in North Korea. Speak out about the government in North Korea. Say one bad word about Kim Jong-un in North Korea. I'll go even a step further than that. How about you don't have the state messaging playing in your home, either on the radio or on your TV at all times? See what happens.
Don't you gotta have a picture of him on
You
the
have to have
wall
a
or
picture of him in
something?
your house. You have to have a state-issued haircut for either men or women.
Damn.
Let me throw this out there.
That you don't get
Now,
unless you're
y'all
a citizen.
asses out there looking like you got to get a chili bowl. If you don't have a chili bowl out there,
Then you going to
it's
jail.
over with.
Let me
Life
let me
is
throw this.
over.
Let me throw this out there based on what Mark just said. We see what's going on with people coming to this country and how surprised they are, how much they love it. Now it's going to be people coming in this country legally. The illegal shit is done. Now motherfuckers going to be coming in the right way. Like, I want to be there because I experienced it, and I'm going to do it the right way because I don't want to lose my right and privilege. And it ain't just going to be white immigrants. It's going to be everybody.
We full.
Oh no,
We don't want no
I
more.
get that. I get that. I'm just saying.
I just want to make that clear because I've seen a lot of the people from the UK like, oh my God, they love it. We full. We cool with the white folks. We don't need no more. We don't need no more.
I want Keisha and them gone, and I want all of the liberal pinkhead bozos out of here, bro.
Yeah, we can trade them out.
Anybody who can't vote objectively, like if you can't go down to the voting booth and actually look at stats, facts, and understand what it is that you're voting for, instead of like, oh, does he know Donald Trump? Nope, I'm not voting for you. What? Does he not like support gay rights? What? Not voting for you. He's not giving away free stuff. Nope, not voting for you. Like, we don't need these kind of people in our country, bro. This is why America is fucked up now. I mean, we still the best. We still got all of the best amenities. This still is by far the best country. But bro, imagine how much better this country would be if you didn't have Keisha and them at every single event fucking it up. If you didn't have all of these pink-haired liberal bozos jumping out the window. If you didn't allow your country to be overtaken by the LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I want to make sure I get all the letters. Like, when you taking over by this entire community, how in the what kind of country do you think we're gonna have left? When you have all of those people running the country, they can't repopulate. And they keep telling you, like, oh no, it's okay, get rid of your baby, get rid of your baby. Meanwhile, Med and them keep coming into our country, having babies fucking left and right.
What was
fucking putting mosque up everywhere? Next thing you know, it's gonna be Hamdulillah all through your goddamn streets, bro. And I'm like, yo, this is not that country. This is a Christian nation. It always has been. Our money say, in God we trust. Not Buddha, not no other. Like, what are we saying, bro? What are we saying?
I gotta tell y'all, I was in Henderson, North Carolina for the past 2 days. When I was in that hotel room, I should have recorded it for y'all. They played a Planned Parenthood commercial on that TV. I'm not joking when I say this about they going after the rights and we need donations. I might have seen that fucking commercial 50 times or more. When I say on repeat, I'm like, but remember, Henderson is small, and people still watch that shit. That's when I say programming for real. Like this shit is and it's crazy because we don't see that. A fucking Planned Parenthood commercial. Are you asking for money? Y'all had to see. I swear, it didn't come to me to record that shit. Y'all have been like, what the fuck? On repeat, over. I'm like, are you serious, yo? This is what we dealing with, and I'm talking about 2 days from the time I was in that room. That's sick.
TV shows are called programs, bro. All TV shows are called programs.
Oh, I get it.
I like to break down the television word into syllables, and I like to call it the tell-lie vision, because that's essentially what's happening every time you cut it on. You're basically being lied to from one way or another. You're being swayed, you're being programmed, or you're being conditioned. You can't just cut on your TV and see fair-minded programming anymore. You can't cut on your TV. Remember back in the day, you used to see Family Matters. You used to see like All in the Family, not necessarily All in the Family, but Mama's House. I think that's what it was called, Mama's House. Full House. All of those, it was wholesome shows. Hanging with Mr. Cooper, like
everything. We had diversity
on TV now?
like we had music.
It's because
reality TV.
But this is just like what I think. Like, I think it's because the inorganic ones, as Ralph Smart says, shout out to Ralph Smart, they don't have to sell us anything anymore. Like, I feel like that they already know that they kind of know that people are going to take, like at this point, the people at the elites could literally put a steak dinner on a trash can top, and they know that people gonna eat that shit. They know that people gonna eat it. Even when it comes to the music, like, y'all know that this music is really not popping on shit, but they gonna still listen to it. They know that, like, right now we have way too many programmings. We have way too many programs, too many TV shows, too many movies, too many apps. Back in the day, like, HBO was just HBO. Cinemax was just Cinemax. Now they making you pay to not have commercials. You gotta pay to not have commercials no more. In my opinion, Tubi is way better than all of them. Like, I know a lot of people don't like Tubi, but Tubi got so many different movies, independent movies, black cinema, old school movies, old school cartoons, but it's too much programming. They know they don't have to sell us anything anymore. They know even when it comes to kids, no matter what, you're going to take your kids to McDonald's. It doesn't matter if people are telling you that it's human beings in the damn meat, that the chicken nuggets are made of pink goo. It don't matter. They don't have to give you a Playhouse no more. They know that y'all dumbasses is still going to take y'all big back asses back to McDonald's, and you have it in your mind that you saving money, but you about to spend $12 on a meal when you could really take that $12, buy you some beans, some rice, a pack of chicken, and make enough food to last you for a couple of days. You can't even warm up McDonald's fries anymore. Like, you never could, because they're not real fries. I knew somebody had a damn kid the moment that I get in their back seat and it's a damn fry that's been sitting there since last year, still the same way. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. It's going to always be a fry, some crumbs, and a toy. That's how you know that they got a kid, because the food doesn't break down, but y'all still keep buying it. Like, they don't have to sell us anything anymore. They don't have to sell us apartments anymore. The colors, none of that. They don't have to sell anything. All the cars is gray, white, and black. All the apartments it reminds me of Beetlejuice, Lydia's parents. That's what it reminds me of. You know how they was like real modern. The mother was like artiste, and she made all this weird, crazy art. That's what it reminds me of. That's what these apartments remind me of. Everything's so cookie cutter because you don't have to sell anybody anything. They're gonna take whatever you give them. That's where we are right now in America. They don't have to sell us anything anymore.
Where all my scamming ass niggas at? Let me see you go, y'all back. Who's them bitches? Where y'all at?
Listen, you can't even
love
say
this shit. You
you
want to
can't
be
even-
programmed.
you
want to
can't
be
even
programmed.
say it. But you know what's so crazy is that like they gravitated to that song so fast that they forgot that she was like trafficking women with Diddy.
Not
She
not
don't
only
even have
that,
no
the fucking
talent, man.
song, the mother went to jail and somebody died. That's the thing of that's
They don't care,
that's
man.
crazy.
If it's not listen, they don't care. If it's not a white police officer or a white person killing another black person or killing another child, they don't care. Let me tell you something. I posted a video early today just talking about a young boy. I think he was like 4 years old, and they found him dead on 4th of July. I posted it because it's in my city. And it was just really sad. And the picture that they posted of this little boy, it's obvious that he was being abused. Like I'm like, y'all couldn't find no other pictures to post of this little boy. Y'all posted the picture where his nose is bloody, his face is swollen. And somebody on it probably was a bot. And they said, we don't need to, that ain't our fight. That's not our fight to talk about them. We need to talk about this person. So because it's a little white boy, I'm not supposed to.
And that's what I try to tell people. I said, y'all don't realize that we are turning into, not all of us, but turning into what Dr. King fought against. I'm not understanding why y'all can't see that you hate a person because of the color of their skin. And if a black person coincide or co-write or say, yeah, we standing together, then they're called a coon. They get name called. It's just this is something that they do. They do, and like I said, this is all spiritual. The powers that be, if one side can't do what they want to do, then they'll flip it. And so they were able to flip it. Now we're doing the very thing that we were against. And some of us weren't even living during our parents' days with the civil rights movement, but we're doing the same thing. It's no different. And I'm trying to understand, why can't we see, if you don't like to be treated, because this is how I am. If I don't like to be treated a certain way, guess what? I'm not going to treat a person that way, regardless, because I don't want to be treated that way. Or if I've been treated that way, I'm not going to go around and treat people the same way that I was treated that I didn't like. And I'm not understanding why people can't understand that you're going against not the race, but another human.
They don't
Period.
care. They don't care. People are part of cults or little groups now. It's like, for instance, perfect example. This people are they're under some type of psychosis. It's something that's going on because like how you just spoke about this little young Miami situation. I don't know if y'all seen the video I posted about the Woo lady. Did you hear about the Woo lady on TikTok?
Talk about the one with the girls, teaching them to be skeezers.
Yes.
Yeah.
The video you sent me. Yeah.
I saw it.
The girls, 600,000 people. She broke a record, guys. She probably broke a record on TikTok. She did more people in her live than probably a celebrity has.
Well, that's because it's promoting what they want people to be distracted on, how to get a man and time down. And so they don't want people to awaken. Once again, this is this low vibrational mess that they keep spitting out. That's why you think when we're talking about stuff, we're shadow banned, but people can be seeing literally cussing each other out. And they got a live going with money flowing in because they want us to stay low vibrational. And that's what it's all about.
I saw a video earlier of a mother in the hospital holding a baby, just had the baby, and had money all over the fucking bed playing that song that Mark just was just saying.
It's
I'm
a
like,
scary
what the
time.
fuck?
It's some scary stuff. And then I mean, like, we can sit here and say, okay, well, where are the elders? But the elders on the same wave. Like a lot of women are having their second childhood. They kids is probably grown or out of the house, so they like, shit, mama gotta have a life too, Jody. You know what I'm saying? they having a second childhood. It's a crazy time.
What if the song is demonic? Like I haven't seen the movie Sinners, right? Because my wife, for whatever reason, was really adamant about us not seeing this movie.
You need to see that
like,
shit.
She was saying it opens up all kind of doors and pathways and all this other stuff. So I watched probably about I watched all the way up until the first scene where one of the, I don't know if it was Stack or the other dude, went to go see his girl or whoever she was, but she was some kind of voodoo priestess or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, that's as far as I made it in the movie. But she was telling me about how certain things that you watch, certain things that you listen to can open up pathways into other dimensions where entities that are non-biblical, or not biblical, but non-God-like exist. So that's why I was asking, what if the song is tapping into a certain frequency? Because if you listen or you look at the people's behavior and reaction anytime that the song comes on, right? It's almost like they being hypnotized. And then when you see like the stuff that's going on, like they actually living out the words. It's one lady, her and her daughter just got arrested for stealing like over $15,000 in Louis Vuitton bags. And so they make a TikTok post with the song playing in the background, singing the song, holding up the bags that they just stole from the Louis Vuitton store. Almost like a "come find me, I'm the criminal" sign. But it's like, what if something extra is going on with the music and in the movie industry?
It
Well,
It
yeah,
is.
it
It is.
is. We talked about that. We talked about that. When you weren't here, that's why I was like, dang, I wish you was here because it was like last week. But like the thing is like when it comes to sinners, you know what I'm saying? Like me, like my discernment is so on point. Like I could watch anything and it does not penetrate me in a way. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to sinners, um, like me, I'm not a religious person, but I know the Bible. You know what I mean? I understand that. And I don't ever judge nobody on their beliefs at all. Um, I personally feel like when it comes to black people, we have to stop thinking that hoodoo is witchcraft because it's not. It's not witchcraft. In fact, hoodoo is actually what our ancestors was practicing before they brought Christianity over here. This wasn't always a Christian nation. Also, I heard you say that. Um, in fact, when it comes to hoodoo, which is why I wish that lady would have came on here. When it comes to hoodoo, uh, it was something that we used for protection, for our health, to help us when we couldn't go to hospitals because we didn't have any hospitals around that time. And in order for them to be able to shape our minds into what they are now, they had to take that away and demonize it. So I think that people have a way of connecting hoodoo with voodoo, and they're not the same thing. Voodoo is a religion. They have priestess, priest, and everything. You got to be initiated to even practice that. Hoodoo is really something where you utilize your mind in order to bring upon, it's folklore magic, basically, is really what it is. Um use things like herbs, oils, fire, smoke, use natural things from the earth in order for you to conjure up whatever it is that you want in your life, whether it's finances, whether it's protection from jail. You know what I mean? It's just something that people use, but because it's been demonized so much, that black people think because somebody mentions hoodoo, it's the same as voodoo. Now, the biggest issue is that people in America have combined the two together, which is a problem. That's the biggest problem that we have right now, is combining hoodoo, voodoo, and Santeria all together. These are three totally different things with three totally different ways of using them. And then all of those, either way, are not even fully as strong as they used to be because they have Catholicism involved in it. So I think that like we got to get out of the mindset of thinking that when we see things like this movie Sinners, or even Lovecraft Country, perfect example. We really need to be watching these because there's messages in there that's telling us that there are certain powers, whether it's our government, whether it's police officers, whether it's teachers, where people are actually utilizing the spirituality that we're supposed to be using towards us. And when it comes to sinners, when you look at it, it pretty much shows you that they allowed an energy to come into their place of business that should not have been there, that they were warning. And guess who brought it in? An Asian lady brought that demonic presence into that spirit.
Oh, hey! Look, he's still gonna watch the movie. You can't give him. He ain't get up to that pot.
All I'm saying is that these movies, a lot of people, a lot of Christians didn't want to watch it because they thought it was going to be demonic, and they believe that hoodoo is actually a demonic witchcraft practice, and it's really not. I think that everybody should watch it because it'll show you why we shouldn't trust every and anybody coming into our house.
And Mark, let me
Hey,
say this. Let me say this before April go. Mark, brother to brother, watch that movie. And when I say watch it, sit back, make sure this is open. You're gonna be like, damn. Forget the extra shit. It was wonderfully done.
Jezebel spirit.
It was wonderfully done, and the messaging that was in it was fire. And that's why I respect Ryan Coogler. Certain things he's done and said I don't fuck with, but when it comes to him doing a movie, he does the right things.
Yeah.
Throw everything out of it, and I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I see what he's talking about. That's where you got to get, because mind you, I hear what you're saying. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and watch that movie with the videotape and the fucking demons coming out the screen. I ain't watching that shit. I'm too.
Like
I'm
a
not.
VHS.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
I actually seen that shit.
But you
I'm
get
like,
my point.
I'm like you. I have a very I have a lot of discernment, and
Yeah.
I'm not easily swayed, and I can see and make inferences on certain things, and I can watch stuff and not really be impacted. However, like I said, when it came to the movie Sinners in particular, my wife was very adamant about like not allowing that energy into the home. So for happy wife, happy life instances, I'm like, you know what, this movie ain't that damn serious. I'll let it rock. So like I said, I was able to on my own time see about half of it, and what I seen was some of the
you snuck.
yeah, some of the stuff that she was talking about, I started seeing it in the movie. So I was like, let me just cut this shit off, because I let me do my own investigation and see if there's any truth to this or whatever the case. Because I'm very much a let me figure it out on my own type of person. And also, when I see everyone else doing one thing, I do the opposite. Like if I see everybody else going left, you can best believe Big Mark is going right. I can't do what the crowd does. So when I seen everybody going crazy over this movie, I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm a chill.
But here's the thing with that. Most people did that. A lot of the people that did it, they weren't on the right frequency. What I'm saying to you is, watching that shit is tuned in right. It ain't no bullshit. Go ahead, April. My bad.
Go ahead.
No, you're good, and I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I grew up in church all my life, became a licensed minister. I don't think I've ever told Fool or Shannon this, but I became a licensed minister in 2005. Um, and it wasn't until I realized when I started this journey that we have been taught completely wrong. They have given us bits and pieces, like they give bits and pieces about history. They're giving us bits and pieces of the Bible. We need to understand that the church is being ran by an entity that does not belong to God. It is total opposite. If you notice, most people that are going the opposite direction of what is right, because they're thinking it's right, are being governed like Jamal Bryant. You got those type of people. They're being governed by these people that are teaching them everything. If you notice, a lot of these mainstream pastors are all of a sudden want to be a part of a Greek fraternity or later in life, which is also gatekeepers. So you have all of this going on. And I've never understood as a kid, if we say that we are one body in Christ, why do we have all these different denominations? A body can't operate if all limbs is located in other places. It can't fight the enemy. Do you understand? So you have a situation where they have used and like they demonize voodoo and hoodoo and all this stuff. Some people can take it to the dark side, but mainly it was used and slaves, women were called witch doctors because they were able to cure stuff that other medicines couldn't cure. So they were deemed witch doctors because this is something that's unique, that's never been done. But they demonize it because they don't want us to know our potential. They don't want to know about our gifts. They keep us lulled asleep, so we'll never understand how powerful we are. All these different TV shows like Black Lightning, I think it's called Black Lightning, different shows with like even with Marvel, with people with powers, that stuff exists, but because we're so low vibrational, we have no clue that we possess those type of things. When I think about Christ consciousness, that's basically what Christ was coming on this earth to try to get us to that point. That's why he asked his disciples, how much longer shall I be with you? How much longer should I have to keep showing you what you are powerful enough to do for yourself? But you keep relying on me to try to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. So that's what I'm saying. The church is demonic. and I'm gonna step on people's toes. It took me a minute. I kept asking God, "Am I hearing you right?" He said, "That's not my people. The
Damn.
elite will even be fooled. They will say, I prophesied in your name. I taught in your name. Depart from me, for I know you not." Because they are more afraid of man than they are of God. So we're dealing with a religion that has always been controlled by the Catholic Church, which is demonic. If you look and see what their altars look like in Rome, there are fallen angels behind them. So after going through that and paying attention to these mainstream pastors, I don't care what race they are keeping us from the truth. They're giving us a good shout. I call it, it's supposed to be a hospital where you bring souls and they be, revived but they're giving us just enough to get through a few days so that we can come back. It's like we're junkies. Every Sunday we're hyping up, but then I leave there like nothing's changed. And then you're sitting under people that are doing God knows what, and you're trying to figure out where this spirit come from. We're sitting here worried about a movie, but you're sitting under people that are lusting and having relations with outside of their marriages, and you're trying to figure out, I've never felt this way. Why am I feeling this way? So we can sit here and talk about movies or music or what have you, but if you have someone that's claiming that they are your pastor and they're doing God knows what, and you find yourself start thinking like you thinking lustfully and you've never done that before, then you need to start recognizing that you're probably sitting under the wrong person. Am I saying all churches are like this? No. But the mainstream pastors, yes.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't agree with women preachers.
Really?
I don't agree with that at all.
Okay,
Second Timothy kind
I,
of speaks about that too.
so technically, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't agree with women pastors. Okay, and the reason why I don't agree with women pastors because the man is the covering, and the pastor's the covering when you're spiritual covering. So how can you switch hats from your husband being your covering, and then when you go to church, you're his spiritual covering? How does that work? So I don't agree with that. And you need to also understand that was taken out of context. During that time, what was going on? Women were not allowed in synagogues at all. But then when this whole believers wave came in, it wasn't called Christianity, it was believers, those who follow Christ. When that came along, it gave equal to man and woman. And women were getting to the point where they were being disrespectful to their spouse. And that's why they came up with all these rules about women should be silent and all this other stuff for that reason. That's why all the things that you find in the New Testament, starting with Acts, are letters to the church because they're writing Paul, letting him know what's going on, and he's responding on how to fix it and how to make it work. So that's what I'm saying. They take scriptures and they flip it to make it seem as though a woman not supposed to be preaching or teaching. But the first person that Jesus visited was a woman after he was resurrected. When he came back, it wasn't the men, it was the women. He saw them first and told them, go tell them that I'm here.
I agree with your word choice on that, sis. Thank you for making you was real crystal clear with your word choice. I appreciate that.
Oh nah, fam, you ain't
Because women are the first teachers of children. That's so what she's saying is 1000% correct. You can teach people spiritual, the word of God or whatever, but as far as being a pastor, you're supposed to be set apart. That's different.
Yes.
you never see. The thing is, you didn't know. Like, we know April, and me and Shannon will talk about her, and we would tell her to her face how much we love her because once we met her, we was like, oh yeah, she the truth. Like, we fuck with her. We've known April for a couple years, yo, and she's super solid. And I find if I didn't never tell y'all this, I went to Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade. So I'm churched the fuck out. I'm good. And my mother been wanting me to. She be wanting me to go to church with her sometimes. And I tell her, anytime I go to church, I'm going to sleep. I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna go to sleep. And one time I went to this church here in Douglasville, and I told the pastor, I have nothing against you, but I don't know you. There's nothing you can tell me from that what they call it, the pew, that's gonna make me believe anything that you're saying. I don't know your character. And I would tell any of them that. You're not gonna preach to me telling me about life. I'm good. Nothing against you. I'm just not coming. So I choose not to go. But once again, everybody is different with the way that they move. Yep. If April is I'm gonna listen to April. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just different, and I don't think people kind of understand that. I find it fun. Like, when I stress that again, kindergarten to 8th grade, y'all don't understand. At a Catholic school, I'm good.
Yeah, what's so crazy is that like I didn't grow up in the church. We only went for holidays.
Easter,
That's it. That's it. Easter,
gotta get dressed up for
Christmas.
Easter.
My grandma, God rest her soul, she from Mississippi. She wasn't religious at all. In fact, like as I'm older now and I think about my grandma was a medicine woman. Like she used to heal us. She didn't do a lot of stuff going to the hospital. She didn't mess with church. She had a Bible. She knew about the Bible, but she didn't really do like religion. So it's like as I'm older now, I'm looking at my mom. My mom and them, they're real heavy in the church now. They waited to get it real heavy until after I left. My sister, she's real heavy in the church. My aunties and everything. So I'm like the only one that's
You the
like
black sheep. You the
yeah,
black
I
sheep.
definitely am the
Still
black
in the
sheep.
world. You still in the world, huh?
But you know what? No, I wouldn't even say that I'm still in the world. I just don't believe that I need a building or anybody to tell me how I need to connect to the Most High. I don't need nobody to tell me what my relationship is or how it needs to be. Nor do I believe more honestly in the 42 laws of my aunt. They're very simple. They're easy to follow. And I just and actually the 10 Commandments is from the 42 laws of my aunt. But I just believe that like when it comes to religion, I don't like being controlled in that way. I don't need anybody to tell me how I need to believe in God or how my relationship needs to be or how I need to talk to God. I talk to God how I'm talking to y'all. Of course, I'm not gonna cuss him out. You know what I mean? But like I just have a more organic relationship. That's what spirituality taught me. I have a more organic relationship with the creator. I'm good to people who are good to me. I help out people who are in need. I try to respect wildlife and nature and you know what I mean? And I'm forgiving. I don't really hold grudges against people. I ain't sleeping with nobody else's man or husband or wife or nothing like that. I don't beat on people. So I just try to live. I'm not perfect.
Yes, you do.
I'm an I, I got into one situation and I apologize. Okay. Okay.
Uncle Bitch.
So like that's just how I walk. I walk like that. I don't need a title of my relationship with God because I believe that God is everywhere. I don't look at God as just a man that's in the sky that's judging me every single thing. No. I believe that it reflects on how my life is. And I would say that I'm pretty blessed. I'm rich. I'm in love. I have love around me and I have air conditioning.
But hey, look, don't brag. I don't. Okay, God damn it, I ain't got no air conditioning.
Damn, son.
I have a MacGyver cooler that I turned into an air conditioner over there blowing right now.
Hey, but you know what?
Shit.
God put a thought in your head that helped you make that happen. See, us people who are not wealthy, we could survive anything. I truly believe that when it all comes down to it, the people who probably know how to survive with less are going to win over the people who have no idea what it means to put a window and put a fan in the window and allow air to come with it. They're not going to know how to take what you just did.
I'm gonna give you one better. Take some ice, put in a I guess a plate
Yeah,
that's deep
already
enough,
know.
and put it on the backside of the fan. And you know how you be going to like a music park, you feel that cold with the cold ice, like water. It's the
Yeah.
same effect.
Yeah. I tried that, but I didn't have enough ice.
My cooler, I have a styrofoam cooler with 2 holes cut on the top with 2 fans facing down and a PCV pipe blowing the shit out.
See, that's innovation. That's
Yeah.
it. But see, that's innovation, man. That's innovation. Let me say what's going on to everybody in the comments. They look pretty hot. I see Lynn. I see Razor. Razor, you've been going in here. You say, who are you talking about? Leather coat illegal. Oh, he was talking about Kim Jong-un. He said this. He said this motherfucker wearing leather coats. He made wearing leather coats illegal because he didn't want anybody jogging. Little rocket man. Little rocket man. What's going on? Story points, copper colored red Indian goddess. Jamaica, welcome, welcome, welcome. We doing good. We doing good. All right, y'all. So let's hop into this topic real fast. I gotta give y'all my vintage tea because it plays a very strong part into what me and April was talking about before y'all came on. We was talking about how America has such a close relationship and it's unhealthy relationship with Germany. Like it's just really odd. Um, and we were talking about Operation Paperclip and how they brought all of those German scientists over here, knowing that they were Nazis, and then still make us remember the Holocaust all the time, every year. So, what side is your on?
They on both sides. They're
Obviously,
listen. The 1%ers don't like to lose, so they vote. They pay on both sides. They're gonna win either or. They're not gonna lose. And when people start realizing that, one person said, "I'm not buying nothing since they support it." I said, "Well, baby, you fit to throw everything out
yeah.
if you go down that rabbit hole." That's what I try to get people to understand. You sitting here fighting over stupid stuff when you should be focusing on what's really going on and start meditating. I try to tell people listen to high vibrational. They have a lot of high vibrational stuff on YouTube. Do that every morning. Do that before you go to bed, or you can use. They even have one for sleeping, and you will
Yeah, I
find
use that
yourself
for
in
sleep.
a very positive attitude. You're not grumpy. You're not tired. You're actually sleeping through the night without disturbance. We got to get back to meditating. We got to get back to understanding the importance of our chakras and how we need to go understand the tree of life. It's amazing how every religion talks about the tree of life, and only the Christian religion gives you a snippet of when they was in the garden, but it doesn't break down the tree of life, and it's sad that it doesn't.
Well,
So
I one thing like Rayshawn always says that people shouldn't take the Bible literally. You know what I mean? And I think that when people read it, they might have different interpretations of it. And what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because I told you I went to Catholic school, and one day
Oh,
I was like, wait a minute. You said they got two each other animals on the boat, so the lions didn't eat the zebras. See, I've been like this. See, as I'm saying, I've been like this is not nothing new for me. I'm a different type of nigga.
yeah,
But go
I
ahead.
asked too
I'm
many
sorry.
questions. That's my problem. Like I don't know if I told y'all when I was a kid, I went to a Catholic church with my cousin. Yeah, I didn't know at that time that black people was Catholics, but they was definitely Catholic. And we went to the church and they was doing communion. So they walking they walking up and they put the little thing in my hand. It was big as hell. I was just like, what is this? This don't look like the little oyster crackers that they used to give us in school. I mean, give us at church. Well, I put it in my pocket, y'all. I was gonna take it home to my mom.
Ah,
They said, no, 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 honey, you have to take it here. I said, oh, I want to take it home to my mama. I wanted to
hey,
show her.
hey,
Wow,
sis.
I'm big.
Going back to voodoo and hoodoo, and they talk about rituals. What we don't realize, we all do rituals
Yeah,
every single day. Every single day. You set your alarm clock to get ready to go to work. You have a certain thing you do before you actually get in your car. You get in your car, you go to work. You have a ritual there where you have to do A, B, C, and D. Same way with church. You have a whole program. So nowadays, they don't even hand out programs because it's the same thing over and over again. You're gonna have someone that's gonna open up. They're gonna pray. Then the praise team gonna come on, and then they're gonna come make announcements. And then they're gonna take up money. Then they're gonna come and sing another song. And then the pastor gonna preach. And then it's gonna be the open up doors of the church and the benediction. All of these are rituals. They're all
yeah,
rituals. Even the sacraments, when you're doing the blood or the wine or the grape juice or whatever you use and the wafer, even with baptism, they're all rituals. But we were taught that it's no different from a cult. If you're not a part of this cult, then y'all all going to hell or y'all all are bad. We can't associate with you. It's no
yeah,
different. So when we're sitting here demonizing other religion, other pagans, all this other stuff, we're no different from cult mentality. And that's what
yeah.
churches are turned into. That nobody, if you're not doing it our way, we don't want it. We don't want nothing about it. But you'll be surprised. A lot of us, they have different names. A lot of religions are literally serving the same God. They just have different names for it.
Can I ask a question real quick based on this? What she mentioned when you start talking about drinking the wine and eating the crackers or whatever, doesn't that is that saying that back in the day they was eating people?
No. It was not literal. What he was the last sacrifice. The Passover stems from when they were in Egypt, and then the last plague, which was the death plague that killed the firstborn, where they had to take the lamb's blood and put it on the post so the death angel can pass over and not take their firstborn. So they do the Passover to remember that. Again, a ritual. So they are reminded of what took place, and Jesus is the last sacrifice. He's the last Passover. Therefore, no one has to take an animal for atonement. You did that once a year during the Old Testament or the Torah time, where you atone for your sins. Now it's him, and so you do still the Passover basically, but you're doing it knowing that you no longer have to give an animal as a sacrifice for your sins for atonement. So that's all it is. It's just basically, like I said, a ritual to be reminded, just like we do Christmas or Thanksgiving. All these are rituals. We do it to be to remind it of what we're giving thanks for when it comes to Thanksgiving. We do Christmas, as they say, to give gifts to people to show how much we love and appreciate. So it's the same thing.
Well,
I have a question, and maybe y'all can help me on this. I don't want to sound crazy, but I'm interested. What people like? What would be what is the name of the people that live in Switzerland? Like, are those Germans?
I thought it was Swedish.
Swedish?
No, Swiss.
Aren't they like the same people though?
Oh, they switch?
Yeah, Swiss. Sweden is the Swedish.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, they the Swiss people, the Swiss.
Swiss. So where the like what would be their motherland? I'm curious.
Switzerland?
Before it was Switzerland.
That I don't know what it was called. I mean,
I'm just curious. I want to know now.
I got I sent this to her to the group earlier.
I didn't get nothing.
I want y'all to listen to this.
Amendment that President Trump was trying to
Can y'all hear that?
I'm gonna show y'all Akon talking about
I can hear it.
Do you want me to just play it?
Yeah, play it, please.
Oh, straight right after birth. My dad made sure we was all born.
Send it to me right quick on TikTok. You text it to me. Well, no, I was curious to know because and come to find out the only thing that I found is that before it became Switzerland, the territory was a mosaic, excuse me, of Celtic tribes, Roman province, and disjointed feudal lands with the Holy Roman Empire. So is it a made-up group of people?
Could be.
Based on what you just described, that's what it sounds like. I mean, technically, the Jewish people are in the same boat.
Mm-hmm. They took on the religion. They're not actually the Jews.
That's why they call it Jew-ish.
Following the fall of the Roman Empire, Germanic tribes moved in.
Johnson actually just called for it.
So they the same people. Of like the Slavs and stuff like that.
I mean, wouldn't we be the same people as like Great Britain?
Yeah.
I guess it would be the same type of thing.
The old Swiss Confederacy. The Habsburgs. Oh, that's them people from Spain with the long chin, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The ones who was
they was anti-Marinade.
They was anti-Aryan themselves. Yeah. Oh, okay. I was just interested because I wanted to know. I found it interesting that, like I said, we have this really weird connection to Germany. Everything from like our school system to a lot of the popular foods here in America. Then we just spoke about the scientists that came over here. We have so much wrapped in with Germany and yet somehow every year we focus on the Holocaust. So I was interested in knowing like which side of which was on, but I found this really interesting article as talking about how German scientists they've been looking for God. Like they've been looking for God all this time, and because they couldn't find him, they just automatically assumed that he was a myth.
Interesting.
Very interesting indeed. But I'm gonna read it to you all real quick, and then I definitely want to hear from you on this one, April.
Okay.
So this is from 1902. A lot of things happened in 1902, by the way. But like this is from the Brooklyn Citizen, and it says Haeckel and Spencer confess that science cannot solve the riddle of the universe. They have long searched for God, but cannot find him, yet are unable to demonstrate that a supreme being does not exist. And the German scientists absolutely and transparently false presentation of the aims of Christianity. So it said that the German scientists and English scientists have both agreed that the supreme being of the Bible is a myth, and that it is a purely human book which deals with a multitude of myths and is for the greater part a record of superstition. Having at the very outset of their scientific careers regarded the Bible as a book which could afford them no credible information concerning the creation of the universe and the origin of man. Each of these scientists started out upon a long quest for the source of creation. The German professor believed and still believes that he found what he was searching for in the nubular hypothesis of creation, the theory that this and all other worlds had their origin in rotating masses of nebula. So it kind of sounds similar to what they were doing with the God particle. That's why I was asking where they were from, because don't it sound similar to what they're doing with CERN?
Yeah, so they're trying to do another Nimrod type situation. The whole Iraq situation had nothing to do with Saddam. It had everything to do with they found some things that belonged to Nimrod, or as I think the Syrians call Gilgamesh. They're trying to, when you are no longer, to me, I call them wanderers, where they have no soul. To not have a soul or spirit of God is to be void, feel void. So that they're trying to fill that void by trying to find them, but they'll never find them because they're wanderers. And that's just as simple as that. But they're trying. They tried it with Nimrod. They trying to see how Nimrod was almost successful as to reaching the heavens. But of course, God came and changed their language to where they were speaking one language and it went from that to several languages. And that's why we have all the several languages. So they're trying to figure out how was he able to accomplish it by finding his body. If you go look up, the archaeologists was digging and they found something, and then next thing you know, our government is going in talking about we need to go fight, and then 9/11 happened, and then of course we're in Iraq. But we think we're in Iraq for Saddam, but no, they found something that they've been looking for, which is Gilgamesh, or if you want to call him Nimrod, the Hebrew name. It's not even a Hebrew name, just a name. So it has everything to do with trying to reconnect or trying to get that power that they had that they no longer have. That's why they're wanderers.
Yeah, that's that's why I wanted to come to you about that, because it sounds like they've been on this quest for a while. Like this is from 1902. Here we are in 2026. When did they flip the switch on CERN? 2012.
No, they flipped it in 2019, right before COVID.
2019. So it's like they've been on this quest for a long time to find the power of God, and all in the midst of it, opening up portals.
Exactly, bringing things in like Stranger Things.
Yeah,
man, that shit. Y'all don't understand. I think I swear to you, no bullshit. I probably watched Stranger Things about 8 times, all of it, because I watch it, and y'all know how it is. Sometimes you watch something because you're gonna see something. You're like, what the fuck? And when I say when they put stuff in movies and shit, they really, really do. And there's too many people that watch things for entertainment.
So, like, did you get to watch Welcome to Derry?
Yeah, hell yeah, I watch that shit. Fuck yeah.
Did you notice that it was very similar to Stranger
Yes.
Things?
Yes.
So it really kind of lets you know. And where was it at? It was in they were in like what, Russia or something like that.
And this shit.
Don't it like? And then y'all
I've never seen it
remember?
before.
Oh, y'all, do you all remember when the Pope opened up the portal of hell?
Yeah, and then you see he's dead.
He did. He died on Easter, didn't he? I think he died on Easter.
Me
He
and
died.
April talked about it the other day. That shit that happened in Florida a couple years ago.
Oh,
in
you talking about at the
Miami.
mall?
Yes.
The
You
whole
talking about
portal
at
was
the
open.
mall? Like they were and that's why I wanted
Yes.
to get into
No, I
April when it came to her talking about water. You definitely ain't the first person I heard speak about water and memory.
Yes. Yes.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
So we all know that the earth has more water than it does land.
Yeah.
All the memories that we have, that's why they put fluoride in to keep us. I forgot what that piece is called. That's like at the base of our
The
skull.
brainstem? The
Mm-mm.
brainstem?
Medulla oblongata.
That.
Oh, okay.
They put fluoride in it so it can
Calcify it.
basically. And what people don't realize, they're selling us water twice. We pay a water bill and we buy them bottled water, but that's not actually the water that your body's looking for. Yes, fresh water, but they put so much stuff in it and they leave the minerals out. But your body's looking for natural water, which is in fruit. Why you think
H3O2.
fruit? Why do y'all think fruits is like rubbery now? It don't have no taste. It's like bland, and you don't see fruit trees anymore. They just pretty much done killed them all. You don't see fruit trees just growing naturally in our country anymore like you used to, unless you live in somewhere like Hawaii. But on mainland, it's rare unless it's in your yard. You don't see it just growing freely, and that is the water that your body's looking for. And once you start hydrating, because I tell my son, he can go through, like I told him on the phone call, 32 pack in like 3 days. I'm talking about he can guzzle down with one bottle of water. He thinking that's what his body is needing. It's needing the actual water that's in the fruit. So we need to get back to planting our own stuff. We're gonna have to, because what they're selling us is not helping us at all. And that's what's keeping us from our memories. Water is, if you look at water and its depth, the depth of it, that's the reason why we only touched what NASA was really for, discovering or going into the ocean. It was not meant to go up into space. If you notice, even when they do their practice run, they're in water, bodies of water. So a lot of people don't even know that. So technically it was meant, but they found something, saw something, and they didn't want no parts of it. Okay. And that's another reason why they want those scientists over there to keep whatever's in that ocean at bay. There's a TV series that came on BBC where the people come from underwater, have a meeting with Europe or Great Britain Parliament, and they're giving out, this is what we want, demands, and then the humans are saying, oh, no, and then she was like, I'm not talking to y'all, I want to talk to this person. I forgot the name of it. It hasn't made it to the United States. If it has, it's probably only on Apple TV. But it's a very, very good TV series that came out last year. But it's something that they want to keep from us. But water has memory. Once all this stuff goes away, all this low vibrational stuff, when we start touching Mother Earth, grounding ourselves, we're going to start getting codes and downloads of stuff that was kept from us. We're not going to need them. That's what water does. Water has to go through everything in order to live, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you go ahead.
Y'all know I was at this family reunion. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong or my thinking was wrong. Me and my mother go to Food Lion. She wanted to get a couple things, and she ended up getting a watermelon. In Food Lion in Henderson, North Carolina, they had a bin of seeded watermelon and 3 bins of seedless. Of course, we got the seeded one. My mother done went and got a blender. She got watermelon water type of shit. I'm fucking that watermelon up. I'm in there on this shit. I'm on the nigga shit in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Go downstairs. When I bought some downstairs, I'll see my family gonna end up seeing this. A particular family member in their 80s wanted a slice of the watermelon. This person ate the watermelon and was spitting out the seeds. I'm saying to myself,
Man, what?
exactly. So this program has been going on so long that an elder is spitting out seeds.
But the program is...
Hold up, April. Hold up.
Okay.
When I say this out, this is the part I really want to get to. We go to the event. They have 3 watermelons at the event. I'm gonna say this again. I'm in the country. All the watermelons ain't had no goddamn seeds. I'm like, what the fuck? How do y'all have this shit? It boggled my mind. And then my cousins from up north in Newark, they went and got some. I was like, Jamila, you want to eat that shit? She was like, why? I said, that shit ain't got no seeds. She was like, oh shit. I had to like catch them to kind of reprogram them. Like, wait a minute, we in Henderson. They was growing these motherfuckers on this land, and we got seedless. That's crazy to me, yo. Go ahead, April.
Yeah, well, that's because they're doing away with that. And if a farmer doesn't actually do or comply to what they're supposed to comply to, then they'll pretty much start fining them and go up on their property taxes. But that's not what I want to talk about. They program every 80 years because if they did it drastically while the people that knew what happened when they were young and they're still alive and they see the change drastically, they're going to say, wait a minute, this ain't right. This ain't, no, y'all, what y'all doing, this is not what went on. So every 80 years, they make changes. Every 80 years, but they do it slowly, take away stuff like the whole IRS wasn't used the way it was used before 1913. A lot of people don't even know this. It was not used the way that it's used today. It was only used during wartime. If you notice, we're always in somebody's country. We're always in someone's country about something. So it was created for pensions for the Civil War. So they can have a pension to, if those who got injured, they can retire on. But then once the war was over, guess what? No more IRS. That all changed. We didn't even have what people think is a part of our government, but it's not. The federal banking system. We didn't have that. We didn't have that before 1913. We had it way before Andrew Jackson was president. When he saw what it was doing to us, he pretty much done away with it, and that was the only time the United States was debt free. It's killing us.
And I don't know if people know this. Our government always been bad with money.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
They're always borrowing, and then they always add taxes to it. I mean, not tax, increase on the borrow, and we're the ones that's paying it back. That's why they want us to work as hard as we work, and that's why they cut so much out of our checks. But a lot of it they have mismanaged. To be honest with you, the silent generation had given the baby boomers the keys to the kingdom because they were looking really good as far as the finance goes, and they came in and just screwed all that up. They blew through all that extra money that we had.
Yeah, they did, and didn't leave us shit.
And by the time we get to that age, we might not have no Social Security. So for those who are getting mad at Trump for discontinuing programs that don't work, listen, I'm a business major, had my own business. I used to go in and look at small business to see what we need to change. If it's not benefiting the company, you have to let it go. And that's what he was doing. Because if we kept going at this rate, we was bleeding, y'all. If we kept going at this rate, the federal people were gonna get hit first. And that's including military retirement. Any federal retirement was gonna get hit first. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And then it would have went to Social Security. And we would have had more homeless people on the streets than we have that we have right now. So when things like that are being done, he's a businessman. He's a person that was bankrupt 5 times, but he didn't stay bankrupt. He figured it out and came out of it. He understands that certain programs are actually being used to fund certain people. And I'm not going to call the people. Y'all know who they are.
people.
Yeah, they get on my damn nerves. I'm tired of them. I
So
really am. I'm so sick and tired of
your
this
money
stuff.
involuntarily. It's amazing how if we miss paying taxes or we don't, especially for a business, a small business, we are penalized. But these people can sit here and borrow money and owe all these different countries and not paying them back and don't have nothing done to them. But they want to give us a credit score system, which just started in the 1950s, to where I have to go through the whole thing to borrow money that I didn't sit here and put into a bank because they're taking your money to loan to people.
This is
When we
this is what I mean why I say like it's like they create the problem and want to be the solutions at the same time. Like
Problem
what you
plus
like
solution equals opportunity.
but see this like what's weird is and you was talking but I was looking up something while you was talking because you mentioned the pineal gland. You mentioned that. And I don't think a lot of people are aware of the importance of the pineal gland. Now, I looked it up, and that is actually the lamp of the body. So and so many people don't know how having a calcified pineal gland really plays a part. And it ain't even really got nothing to do with the diet so much nowadays. These phones are really messing our pineal gland up more than probably it has ever. So that could play a huge part in why we have a mental health crisis going on. Why
as
so
well
many
as
people? Go ahead.
yeah, as well as Fu said, these all these towers.
Yes.
It's and a lot of people don't know they wanted to demonize lead paint, but lead paint was blocking from all that stuff from
Yes.
coming in. But
Yes.
they
That's
took it
crazy.
away. But they demonized it. That's why I said we got to be very careful when they say, "Oh, this is bad. This is bad." They did it for a reason because they knew that. And see, that's what I'm saying. I keep telling people they are 30 years ahead. They knew that it was going to come to this point where we're going to start using phones like what we're using now and television, smart television. They knew, and all this stuff is just pushing out radiation poisoning. And it's sad, and we're trying to figure out why so many people it's high numbers in cancer. But it's not just food; it's these things we have. If you do a research, even if your phone is turned off, if that phone is next to your bed, you're getting out, and you're trying to figure out why you're waking up with migraine, why you're waking up with a fog head. You're trying to figure out why dementia and Alzheimer's on a rise. It's these phones.
I've
It's
been.
that and the fluoride. Um it says that like fluoride often found in public tap water and some dental products are excessive calcium or excessive calcium supplements may accelerate the process of having a calcified pineal gland as well as artificial blue light exposure at night which will come from the phones laptops things of that such certain medications also disrupt neurotransmitters and yeah, this
Uh,
is
just
wild.
Yeah, look, that's why I said water is so important for that reason because we're lacking. A lot of people don't know this, and I told y'all on this on the last. I'm writing a book, and it's going to be a sci-fi, but it's going to be a lot of truth in it. But I'm going to make it a sci-fi, and a lot of things, the downloads that I'm getting. I didn't realize that the natural food that we eat, once we go into the sun, it automatically turns into calcium. We keep saying that we're not a part of the galaxy. Yes, we are. If you look at a woman's breast milk, it looks like the galaxy. If you put it under a microscope, it looks like the galaxy. And the being is saying, I don't understand why y'all are drinking milk that has nothing to do. Y'all are not going to grow to a half a ton. So why are you drinking something that belongs to another species? That's not you. That's not human. And your nutrients that the baby needs, the woman's body, because the baby's been in there for 10 months, knows what the baby needs by just the way the baby cries. So it's going to give out what the baby needs. If it's sick, it's going to give out what the baby needs. But we've been taken away from that and going to synthetic stuff. I talk about all this stuff in that book. It's very interesting. I cannot wait till I finish it. It's going to be called Starseed. I will definitely keep y'all updated on that book. They was trying to go into my account and try to erase it, I guess, but it didn't work because they can't stop what's about to happen. I'm just trying to open people's eyes and get people to realize that we're more than what we think we are, and we have more power than we know.
I know y'all
Yeah.
seen Lucy.
Yes.
The movie
Lucy.
You never saw Lucy?
No.
Watch it.
You need to watch it.
Watch it tonight.
I ain't gonna be able to watch it tonight. I got
whenever you, I'm telling you, you and Ray Sean probably seen it. When y'all watch that shit, you're gonna be like, God damn. The way Morgan Freeman's in it, that's how you know it's the movie. But Lucy is official. I mean,
what is it about? Is it about the devil or something like that?
No, far from it. It's about
brain.
unlocking your power. That's all. I ain't gonna give you nothing else. When you watch it, you're gonna say, wow. From beginning to end, matter of fact, it moved. The beginning is kind of slow, but once it starts, you're gonna love it. You're gonna straight love it.
Why is it doing that? I'm sorry. I'm trying to play this video that you sent me. So I do got a question, y'all. Do y'all think that like social media encourages unhealthy spiritual thinking?
Of course, it's ran by the government.
The crazy thing about it is, the way I look at it, this is also a portal. It's the same shit.
It is.
So, like for me, and I talk to you in April pretty consistently. A lot of times I get certain stuff and I let y'all know what I watch because my YouTube, what I get off of YouTube. And I noticed lately, I've been like, I don't care about that shit. I'm good. I don't care about that shit because I'm starting to wind down off because it's not even worth it. My whole thing is like,
what you listening to?
Huh?
I don't know what you've been listening to. I've been listening to some heat.
No. What I'm saying is certain things, like I still listen to certain things, but certain subject matter, I have no interest. That shit, I'm not on like April, where she like that job is done because I'm getting ready to become a public servant in 2028. But a lot of the things that these people still arguing about, man, get the fuck out of here, yo. I'm good. Like certain people are truly irrelevant to me, and since they're irrelevant, why am I going to give them any energy? I'm like when you said what you said to me before a little while ago about doing battles on TikTok. I never do that shit.
Yeah,
it's a waste of fucking. Shit. I'm good. It's a waste of energy. No, hell no.
Y'all be looking manic as hell in them lives. I mean in them TikTok battles, like it really be kind of embarrassing to watch because it takes me to a point. This is how I know that there is an energy harvesting situation going on, especially on TikTok. I remember us. This is how I linked up with Fu, how I met April, how I met Mark, being in lives talking about politics because we were serious about that shit. Like we wanted to make sure that we got the awareness out about why it's important for us to put Trump in office because of what's been going on when it comes to politics and what we saw that was going on when it came to Biden. So even if you was not like very versatile, very well versed in politics, I learned a lot by being in these lives. So it was like a learning thing for me. But like now, seeing people use this shit to argue with people that they're probably friends with, because there's no way that you're having a battle with the same person every single day and y'all actually are not calling each other on the phone, or y'all are part of some agency where y'all are getting paid to battle, and then y'all saying the most disrespectful, racist shit towards each other, knowing that y'all cool, but y'all only doing it to get likes, to get clicks, to get views, to get gifts. And it's just damn like we used to get some of the most hateful shit going on in these lives, and we could just be having something peaceful to talk about. Like we could just be in there kicking it. Hell, I remember we watched the inauguration, or we watched the election together. Yep. And we was just in there kicking it, and then like people would come in and say stuff and they'll shut the live down. But these type of lives continue to go and they stay on. The same thing with the Woo lady. If it's something negative, depending on what the context of it is, these are the people who make the most money, who get the most notoriety. So that's how I know it's an energy harvesting machine. And I know that we're heading down a dark path, and I don't think people understand it, especially when it comes to TikTok, because I just watched 12 monks get hit by a car. They were doing a peaceful walk out there in Thailand, minding their business like they was walking around America, and some child was driving a car and ran these monks over. I saw this on TikTok, which was really strange to me, considering that TikTok usually like gives you the they give you the option on whether or not you want to watch this or not. But they took that off. So that's usually something that I would think I would see on IG, but I'm seeing it on TikTok now. So I think that people need to understand that, like, when it comes to talking about certain things, you got to do that shit with purpose. And when I see that people are just talking about stuff and they're not doing it and their only purpose is to get money or to get notoriety, I can't respect that. I can't respect that, man, because a lot of us lost friends, family members. Some people lost jobs. Some people got doxxed doing the shit that y'all are doing for play.
Right.
Y'all doing this like it's a damn game. And it's sad because y'all ain't gonna have shit to do when he get out of office. What you gonna do then?
They are milking this shit for as long as they can, because, and I'll make sure you clip what I'm getting ready to say, because we can keep this for when it happens. I guarantee when Trump is out of office and the new election is when the new president is in, they gonna talk about Trump for another 2 years.
Yeah, because they're gonna blame everything that's gonna happen. Whatever happened is gonna be on him.
And they're gonna keep his name in their mouth for as long as they can, and that man is going to be living his life as a fucking grandfather, a great grandfather probably, but they can't help it because he's their cash cow. And for me, it's frustrating because Mark hit it on the head. The fact, and it's a video AJ put out there too. Do y'all know that dude, that white-haired Congressman Johnson, whatever his name is, talking about how we gonna be back in chains if we don't stop this shit? And AJ made a great video. In order for them to put us back in chains, what would they have to do politically? The Congress, the Senate, it's not gonna happen. But these motherfuckers, like his ass really wanted to say, we're gonna, and then who's pushing that shit? Roly-poly pushing that shit. These people are they fucking miserable, yo. They're miserable. We live in a fucking country where our ancestors sacrificed so we could be where we are. Why the fuck y'all still talking about that shit the way that, like, y'all lived through it? We get that. Our ancestors went through that shit. We get it. But they did it so we could be good. Y'all, these motherfuckers out here Roland Martin, you're a fucking millionaire. Fuck is you talking about? Right. All these motherfuckers got money. D.L. Hughley punk ass. That's why I can't wait to see him in person. I can't wait and I know it's gonna happen because you are fucking successful. The shit you spewing, people listen to you. That's the other thing about this, about whatever's going on. The influence of these celebrities and athletes, that shit dissipating like I love this shit. People ain't fucking with them. They not. What influence do you have over people's real life? You ain't did shit for nobody. You did shit for yourself. Any of them that did, I respect them. Anybody that's out there in the community, I respect. The average ones, they ain't doing. That's why y'all selling shit on TikTok. That's why y'all on social media the way that, because y'all ain't got it like that. All of that writer strike, all the fucking actors, that's why they moving like we moving. Because they ain't got it. They don't want to lose these jobs. Anybody that's on ESPN, they want that shit bad. Cameron and Mace, they done made it. They made a hellified pivot. They good. At least they authentic. I fuck with them. But these other motherfuckers,
they really not though.
No, what I mean is when I say off, I'm talking about the shit that they talking about with sports and shit like that. That I could fuck with. But these other motherfuckers, that's not like, I hate, if she ever see this, it is what it is. Jillian Michaels. If y'all don't know who Jillian Michaels is.
The exercise lady?
Yeah, exactly. She was on The Biggest Loser. Now she talking about politics. For real. Miss me with that shit, yo.
They have to.
It's a hot topic right now. It's a hot topic right now. It's predictive programming what when it comes to politics. You know what I'm saying? But then it's back in the day, what I thought politics was, I was always told politics was show business for ugly people. That's what I gathered. It was just boring old people. And now, because of social media, it's a part of pop culture. You know what I'm saying? It is pop culture. Politics is pop culture right now, because now, you know, you got Trump, our president, who tweets 5 paragraphs of cussing somebody the hell out
at
you
3
know
in the
what
morning.
I'm saying? And you said what?
At 3 in the morning.
At 3 in the morning, you have people like Vaughn, I think that's his name, Theo Vaughn, and all of these people. Like, it's become such a big part of culture, of pop culture, of American culture. And people aren't really privy to the fact that it's really all energy harvesting if you think about it. Like, everything is happening simultaneously, back to back to back. The her birthright citizenship shit, CERN closing down, the soccer thing going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much happening out all at once that it's so important that people, after all of this is gone, that y'all learn how to unplug. Like, motherfuckers gonna have to unplug. People gonna have to go ahead and just log off for a second and get back connected to nature, because I'm telling y'all, I feel it in my bones that something is coming towards America that Americans are not going to be ready for. Like, we be thinking that shit that happens over in Japan, or shit that happens over in Argentina, or shit that happens over in Europe, or shit that happens over in Africa, that those things can never happen over here. But you got to look at it. We just had a wide open border. So there's no telling who's over here doing what. You think that those people who are so-called eating animals, that they're just eating, that they're actually eating them? For all you know, they could be sacrificing the hell out of them animals and continuously on with this spiritual psychosis. They could be putting spiritual psychosis on Americans to keep us fighting with each other while they taking everything. People don't be understanding how deep this spirituality shit get, because y'all think that when y'all go to church that y'all are actually safe. When y'all got witches in y'all congregation, the people on the pulpit, they witches too, because they only giving y'all a fraction of the Bible. They're not even really giving you the Bible so you would enrich or you will be able to boost yourself up. They're only telling you what they know to tell you, because it's what they're taught. I used to watch this man named Ray Higgins, and he used to be a pastor, a minister out there in Atlanta. He's still alive too. And he used to be a big pastor, but he started realizing that he was being taught to only teach his congregation parts of the Bible in order to keep them in line, in order to keep them controlled. He didn't really feed them the way that he should be feeding them, which is so you will be able to enrich yourself. So you won't look at God as just being your landlord or being your doctor, but actually you looking at yourself as an extension of God and being able to fix your own problems. That's the problem. Too many people don't know how to fix their own problems, their own life, and they looking for somebody else to help fix it for them. So now is the time, while CERN is cut off for however many years it is cut off, that y'all cut it out. Just so everybody know, an announcement, I'm going to be taking a break from social media for 30 days. I have to, because I got to realign myself with what I know in my personal life needs to improve. I can't do it because it's too much noise. Social media is noisy as hell. And now they're making it to where they're continuously moving the goalposts. Let me show you how they move the goalposts on me on IG. Every time I post my IG now, it's black. Every time I post my IG videos now, my shit is black. So I have to go back in, edit it, move it to where people could actually see my face in order for me to get views. They done shadow ban me so bad on IG, I don't even know what I did. Who wants to keep dealing with that?
It's just some bullshit.
It's the game.
People are getting robbed on TikTok, bro. This man got on here and said that they literally kicked him out of the content creators program, and they owe him $3,500, and he needs that money. They're kicking people out of the content creators program once they make a certain amount of money. Wow. I watched them take 100 followers from me, and I still can't get on panels.
Yes,
So these are the mind games.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing mind games with people. So, yeah, that's my rant. Don't let these people play mind games with y'all, man. If you know for sure that you're not really doing the best that you could be doing in your life and you're not excelling, log the hell off, because it's probably keeping you from doing better than what you're doing right now. You don't need these apps to make you do anything. You literally, like this man made a whole air conditioner. Did you use TikTok to help you with that?
No.
You didn't. We're getting too dependent on this shit for validation, for assistance, not even knowing that these things are really alive. That's why they need water to keep them going.
You got to take. I want to add on to what
y'all better take these 4 years, man. Why this shit cut off? Y'all better get tuned in, tapped on. I don't know if y'all need to contact what's her name? What's that lady name who used to be Abraham? If y'all need to get back into Abraham, Reverend Ike, y'all better get into something, because I'm telling you, some shit is coming. I could see it. I could see it.
I wanna say this before we get out of here. Everything she just said is 1,000,000% true, but I also want to add on. Please surround yourself with the right people. If you don't have the right people physically around you or that you can communicate with, you are fucking doomed. Being a loner, I get it. Don't get it twisted. I understand that shit. But at times you're going to need somebody. And energy is amazing, especially when you're around the right people. So find the right people and make sure that when shit goes down, you ain't surrounded by a bunch of fucking snakes.
And if they stink, they cursed. Like, don't be around no funky ass people. I don't know if people know this. The funk that be on people, that's the spirit.
Yep.
It's some spiritually. I had a spiritually fucked up motherfucker in my car earlier. Damn, that nigga right. Picked him up. Stank.
Mark, you want to add to the conversation? I went on a rant. That was on my chest.
No, I felt that. You kind of took all the meat off the bone on that. So, I mean, I agree wholeheartedly with what you were just saying, and also what Fu was just saying as well. I would like to, I guess, talk about the water thing though. The reason why they're transitioning away from copper pipes is because water going through copper would literally heal your body. So,
right.
When she started talking about the power of water, I'm like, I don't think that they really understand just how powerful water is. It was so powerful that, like I said, they went from having all of the pipes in your house used to be water. I mean, used to allow the water to flow through and it would heal you. That's why we were so much healthier back then. And then now you see how people constantly getting sick and everything like that. That's because they are poisoning the water and they having it go through the PVC pipes now, convincing you that that's better for you, but it's not. It should have been going through the copper the whole entire time. But it just talks about how they chopping down the fruit trees so that way they can control all of the fruit seeds. That's why everything that they sell you in the store is seedless now, because obviously you could just take the seeds yourself and grow a tree, an apple tree, oranges, or whatever the case may be. They don't want you doing any of that because it's all about money at the end of the day. And just like she mentioned earlier, where they sell you the water twice, you got to pay a water bill and you got to also buy water, but water's free. It's the most abundant resource on the planet. And like I said, they convince you that you got to do all of this, that, and the third. But man, all you got to do is get you some water out the pond and boil it and it'll be fine. But we've been conditioned, there go that word again, to think that we have to do things a certain way, and anything else or anything that's foreign to that is automatically demonized or disrespected or knocked down as not being a viable option. The whole time, that's the way that we should have been doing it from the first place.
Yeah.
And just so y'all know too, if y'all haven't seen it, water's being traded on the stock market.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
They was talking about it for a while. It's finally being traded on the stock market.
These people are greedy. I'm telling you, they the aliens. I think they the damn aliens at this point. Seriously. Like I just don't understand how big of a house do you need, my guy? Like how many rooms do you really need? Like how many cars do you really need? Like how much? And then like y'all aren't doing anything with it, but just creating more businesses and just robbing people of their resources. But you want to try to find God. You trying to look for God. So what? So you could take his power too? You want to take God's power too?
Hey.
I don't think it's that they want to take his power. I think that they want to. That's to me is like the biggest question that's ever existed: is God real or not?
Yeah.
Did somebody really create this or not? And like I said, they looked and they couldn't find him, but they couldn't find any evidence to disprove his existence. So that right there, if you read your Bible, you'll know when you say Yahweh, it's like you're breathing air. So that way, every person, every time you speak or you breathe, you're saying God's name, whether you realize it or not. Like if you just take a second and really think about everything that we was just talking about, this goes back to what I was telling y'all, a few weeks ago about the lie that they tell us that we living on a spinning ball. Like, bruh, the earth is flat. And everything that you're seeing right now is to distract you from that. And the people, when she talked about the church being corrupt, exactly because Satan is the God of this world. Satan is in control, and the church has been infiltrated, and it's one of the main vehicles that he uses to put his will out there or have his will be done. A lot of people don't want to give credit to Satan because they thinking that it's God that's blessing you. Same people like young Miami and all that. You hear how she talk? Oh, I'm so blessed that this happened. No one ever thought that I was going to be successful after the breakup with the City Girls. And I'm just thinking to myself, every time I read my Bible, where in there does it say that we should be making songs about scamming people, about defrauding people, about robbing, stealing? Aren't those against the 10 commandments? Now, how in the world can the same God who just gave you those 10 commandments also bless you for talking of or encouraging people to run afoul of God? That don't even make sense. We're talking out of both sides of our mouth right now. And that's where I have my issue at. You have to like really be a critical thinker and think to yourself, what is the benefit for them telling you that the earth is a globe? The benefit is control. That the devil wants to control you. He wants you devoid of everything that God has put in there to help bolster you. God put everything in place for you to be successful. It is us allowing the influence of the devil to go away and continue to stray away from those things. If we all just followed the simple pathways, not saying that I do, but if we all just followed the simple pathway, we would all be prosperous and things would go well. If people notice that when you start doing things right, not only are things positive happening for you, but the way that you feel about things internally, you feel more fulfilled. Same thing like when things are going bad, your wherewithal and your ability to overcome adversity is different when you're living with God and when you got God behind you, because you feel like you're walking into a battle zone with no armor, no weapon, no sword, no shield, but you will be fine. It won't one thing touch you because you understand no matter how tough the situation may seem, how dark it may seem in the beginning, in the end, I'm going to win because God is behind me. And if God be for you, who can be against you? But like I said, we don't want to tap into any of that power because we want to act like God doesn't exist, that we're living on an insignificant ball that's spinning through space at 66,000 miles per hour, and that the ball that we're living on right now is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, but yet the North Star, Polaris, heaven, is in the same place every single night.
Well, all my scamming ass bitches at. I don't understand. What you about to say? For I'm gonna play this video and then we gonna wrap it up after this last video.
I was gonna say that's a hell of a way to end it. Go ahead and play the video.
Right. Let me play this video. This my guy right here, Finesse.
I didn't know about him.
Yeah, this is my guy right here.
Know how serious this loophole is in this 14th Amendment that President Trump was trying to fix. I'm finna show y'all Akon talking about how his dad had all his children in America so they can have citizenship.
Oh, straight right after birth. My dad made sure we was all born in the U.S. So we wouldn't have no immigration problems coming back. Right?
They can have the benefits that our ancestors fought for. I'm gonna show you how he said his dad had 5 wives, 19 kids.
I had one mother,
but four other
and
mothers were in the vicinity.
and 4 dad's wives.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So how many total siblings between all
Total
those wives?
between them. Oh man, about 19.
19.
There's about 19 of us, I could say.
People born in the U.S. just for citizenship, sent right back to Senegal, sent back here for school. For y'all that don't know how serious this loophole is in this 14th Amendment that President Trump was trying to fix, I'm finna show y'all Akon talking about how his dad.
He forgot to mention that his mother was a child. His mother was a baby. His father got his mom when she was a baby and groomed her to be a wife. She was a baby.
From Africa?
Yes. Yes.
This my only question with what Akon said, and then I'm done. So this motherfucker came over here with 5 African women and had 19 kids?
I guess.
Oh, hell no. See, yeah, mama, we gotta fight this shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. And mind you, he clearly said what his father's plan was. No repercussions.
It's called citizenship tourism. A lady from Africa just got busted for trying to come over here like 3 weeks or so before she's actually due, and she would have made it through. But as she was about to board the plane, one of the attendants noticed that she was extremely too pregnant to be traveling, because I think once you get past a certain trimester or whatever, you're not allowed to travel on airplanes or whatever the case. So her doing that sparked it, but what came of it was she was trying to say, no, she's going to be back like a day or so before she was due to have the baby. And we look at, and everybody in America is like, you're going to leave whatever little dump of a country that you're from. And clearly it's a dump of a country if you have to resort to these type of tactics. So whatever dump of a country that you come from, you now want to come over here so you can steal citizenship and benefits from American people, and then take the resources that you get from America and funnel it back over to your people over in your dump of a country. And I'm like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah. They've been doing that,
bro.
And I know that April can attest to that. Like, this is why everybody has been lately saying that America is actually the motherland, that America is actually the promised land, because so many resources that we have here in this country were taken by the Easterns, came over here, took our resources back over there, and they're selling us our shit right back. To the point where the other day I saw a Mexican man who was a Hebrew Israelite. He had on the red, the purple, and everything. Yes.
Oh my God.
Listen, bro, listen. He had on the purple outfit and everything, doing the same thing that we be seeing the brothers out here do who are Hebrew Israelites. And everybody was like, oh my God, did we jump a timeline? Oh my God, this is crazy. This is my thing. I truly feel as if us over here on the Western Hemisphere, I believe that we've always had a beef with the people on the Eastern Hemisphere somehow, some way. And I think that because they came over here and they introduced certain ways to us of being, certain ways of eating, certain ways of living, that is one of the reasons why we have become so divided as a nation. You got to remember that at one point, these lands were all connected. So our people, just like the people in Mexico, just like the people in South America, over there in the Caribbean, we're like distant cousins in a way. But like the sad thing is when it comes to the Hebrew Israelites, like, it's not too outlandish to see Mexicans doing that, because they are also a part of the 12 tribes, are they not? Like, wouldn't they be considered to also do that? There's Jewish people in Mexico. The damn president is Jewish. So I think that like now we're gonna start seeing more weird things like that. We're gonna start seeing more different things that we probably would have never experienced that are going to push us to crack those Bibles open. Because I ain't gonna hold you. I picked up my Bible the other day and I was just like, maybe I need to read about Deuteronomy because so many people been telling me I need to look up the 12 tribes and Mexicans. We all kind of connected in a way, and I think that because things are so messed up is and that we're not getting along is why this curse we'll never really be able to heal, because we don't really get along, because there's so much division, because people aren't really walking how they're supposed to be walking. The people that we look up to as being the elitists, the Zionists, they're actually eating and doing the things that we're supposed to be doing, which I wasn't even sure about until I said I read the Bible. We have the power to really like heal this nation, but because we're so divided, because we don't really live according to the laws of the Bible, that's one of the reasons why things is just really so messed up. And this land will remain cursed until we really all wake up and be like, okay, this is what we're actually supposed to be doing.
All I can say to you is that's a hell of a way to end this show, that you just said that you saw Mexican, Hebrew, Israelite. I'm done. You know how they do in AC when you playing cards, playing blackjack, motherfucker come in and clap themselves out? That's me right now.
It makes sense though, but east to west, east, west, east coast, west coast, blue, red. It's always a divisive thing that has always been going on. And because it's so divisive right now, because we of the 99% are so divided right now, we'll never really be able to we'll never really like heal this land until we come together and be like, damn, we all really got one common enemy. And it doesn't have a face. It doesn't have a color. It's an energy. It's a way of living. It's a way of treating each other and treating yourself. It's not about God being outside of you. It's about you respecting the God that's within you, what's in your mind. That is what it's about. And seeing that God in other people and treat them as such. And until we get to that point, we're going to always have all of this division. We're going to always have West Coast versus East Coast. We're going to always have Africans versus Black Africans or Native Americans versus, we're going to have all of that. Because right now we're not really living as gods, as the gods that we're supposed to be. You read the Bible, Mark, am I wrong or am I right?
I completely agree.
So
I said this before, we're dumbed down versions of what we used to be. The world used to be, people actually, there's all of the old ancient maps all predicted the same exact thing. It was a certain point in time, a line of demarcation where everything changed. And then, like I said, the more progressive that we continue to get, the further away from God we continue to get, the worse versions of ourselves we continue to be.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You got people right now really demonizing India Ari for coming out and challenging people or pushing back against the Young Miami song that we were just jokingly singing. You have people who really are up in arms and speaking negatively about this woman, saying, why is she coming out now? And who does she think she is? Whole time, if you've ever followed any of India Ari's music, you would know that since the day that she picked up a microphone and a guitar, she has been singing about this exact same shit the whole entire time. She is one person who does have the wherewithal, the foresight, the authority to speak about this issue, because she's been speaking about it the whole time. And now we live in a culture where up is down and down is up, where you can't tell the winter from the summer from the spring. Like, things are different. And it speaks about this in your Bible when it talks about the end times. Not to go like the world's going to end tomorrow, because it also says no man know the day or the time. But you know, like I know, there are signs. And when us as a people, God's chosen people, have completely perverted ourselves and engaged in evil, this is what happened to the Israelites back in the Bible when they were cursed. The same thing is happening to us right now.
Yeah. And
ladies and gentlemen, and the toothpaste is out of the tube. There's not going to be an awakening for God's chosen people where we get to get everything back in and corral it. No, the next person that comes along will probably likely be the Antichrist. They'll be able to galvanize everybody and bring everybody together, because a lot of people think that Donald Trump is, but Donald Trump is one of the most hated people in the world. the Antichrist will be beloved by all. You would know that if you read your Bible. With that, I'm done.
We're going to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Get some rest. Drink water. Filtered water, if possible.
Alkaline water, 9.5.
Alkaline water. Eat some fruit. Get out there and enjoy yourselves. And please, 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 please make sure you all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we're going on a bit of a break. Just for a little bit. We'll be back. We'll be back. Make sure you all follow. You still can follow my co-host still. I'm going to be out the building, but they're going to still be doing their thing. We'll see you all next time. Y'all take care of yourselves. Stay well, be blessed, and I'll see y'all on the next one.
Later. Love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. Stay around, guys. Don't leave yet. Where